Well, the transfer window is over, and we have our Caraboa Cup third round match against Shrewsbury coming up. We didn't really do a lot. I did a lot of scouting and a lot of looking, but frankly, there was just no one that said, buy me, buy me, buy me, or someone that said, hey, I can play right now, and I'm better than anyone else you have on your team for the price you're willing to pay. These guys here, Joe White, Lamel Waldron, Finlay Armstrong, Justin Walters, and Tommy Hornsley, these are all youngsters I brought in simply because they may not have the best potential, but I need bodies on my under-19s and my under-23s, and they were available on freeze. Brought them in on trials, liked what I saw of them. At the end of the day, they're here on freeze. They'll probably leave on freeze, but it saves me from having to double and triple play some of my guys. On the outs, we had Jack Rolls going to Lorient for $52,000. He was a midfielder who had just never really quite developed. He was 2-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. He didn't get a lot of playing time for us last year. As a matter of fact, I don't think he started a game at all for us. He was on loan at Blackpool, and he was okay. 4 goals, 3 assists, 1 player of the match in 38 games. I have better options, and, well, he was at Stevenage, but I can't tell if he was there when... No, that's when we brought him in. Paul Ingram went to Morecambe, under 18s for $12,000. Again, another youth player. Half-star current ability, 2.5-star potential ability, 3-star potential ability, and looking at that. And then Marcus Frakanis, who I brought in at the beginning of the season. I was hoping he could get a work permit, and he didn't, but even then, I was pretty confident I could loan him out and find him a team. I put him on the development list, and every time a team came after him, my loan manager shot it down. That's one of the really annoying things I have about the loan manager is like, look, I want this player to go out. I'm willing to accept less than his value for him to go out and get some games in and to improve. And there were a couple teams in Europe that wanted him, and the loan manager was like, their offer doesn't meet my valuation of the project. I'm turning it down. And it was like, okay. So he is at Sepsi now, which is the Romanian leagues. Chances are he might develop there. He's got some potential still. I have some better scouts and coaches here now, so he wasn't the, I want to say 3.5-star potential he was when I signed. Now he's just 2.5-star potential, but that's okay. You know, in on a free, out for £4,000. It's a wash. Schedule-wise, we have been on a really good run. We beat Chelsea 3-1 after beating Forest Green. Mateta a brace of goals, Edward a goal. Against Bournemouth, we absolutely crapped the bed. I couldn't make this up if I'm lying. Edward scored in the 11th minute, and then my guys forgot the game was 90 minutes long. They stopped playing in the 80th minute. So, of course, Bournemouth got goals in the 82nd, 84th, 89th, and 91st minutes to win 4-1. You know, fun times. Yeah, there was a lot of bottles thrown. The guys had a lot of burpees the next day. I think it was one of those cases. I was channeling my old drill sergeant, where it was like, you're going to exercise until I throw up. And I didn't throw up for a long, long time. Fulham we beat 1-0 thanks to an Edward penalty kick in the 9th minute against West Ham. We absolutely destroyed them. Edward, a hat-trick's worth of goals. Pellegrini, a brace of goals, one of which was in extra time. Final nail in the coffin for that game. And in Tottenham, we won 3-1. Guehi a goal, Eze a goal, Mateta a goal late in the game. And that leaves us currently in 3rd place. I don't expect this to last. I really don't. I mean, Liverpool and Man City are kind of running away with the league at the moment. Neither of them lost a game. I think well, let me take that. I take that back. Let's see here. League table. Man City's lost a game, whereas Liverpool's drawn a game, which is why Liverpool is currently ahead. Man City just lost 2. They've lost to Norwich. So currently Edward leads us with 6 goals. Elise has a 7.57 rating and 6 assists. Anderson the best pass completion rating. 6 players that have players in the match, which is nice to see. Milivojevic, 4 yellow cards. That's coming off the bench. He's not a full-time starter anymore. So today we're playing Shrewsbury. They are a League 2 team. No, they're a League 1 team. So the good news is we've got a Southampton game in 10 days. We're just coming off an international break, so I'm going to have my full squad going against them. I might start a couple of youngsters. You know, as a matter of fact, let's take a look at that now. So we're going to have Alte in goal. Why didn't he show up on the transfers? Why did I not recognize that? Transfer history. Because I thought Pellegrini was last win. Thibaut de Smet is the one player we signed. 210,000 euros from Reims. Okay. Rhymes with Reims? I don't know. 2-star current ability, 2.5-star potential ability, 24 years old. Signed him because he is literally a jack of all trades, master of none on the left side of the field. Physically, okay. There's nothing that jumps out at you, but there's nothing that's horrendously bad either. Mentally, same thing. Actually, he's quite quite strong mentally. You have 1 of 9 vision and 8 aggression are your 2 lowest scores. You don't really have a lot to worry about. Technically, there's some areas he could be better in, but I signed him mainly to be a backup at the defensive left back and the defensive center back position. And for 210,000 euros, I think that's a great pickup. So we'll bring De Smet on in place of Pavlink. Oh, did I already click ahead? I already clicked ahead. I can't make any changes. Son of a gun. Okay, that's on me. Okay, sorry, Shrewsbury. We got Altay and Colt, Mitchell, Zagu, Anderson, and Sessegnon as the defensive back 4. Sione and Hughes as the midfielders. Eze and Elise as the attack midfielders. Mateta and Edward up top as the strikers. They're playing quite far back, and we're playing quite far forward. Elise sends it in. Mateta heads it off the crossbar, off the post, rather. Sessegnon gets the carom to Hughes. He feeds Elise and Marosi. A very nice save. Eze to Sione. Feeds Eze again, and Eze kicks it right at Marosi. Mitchell on the throw-in to Eze. Back to Zagadou. And he is almost fouled by Vela. Eze feeds Elise. And he was offsides. Leahy driving forward. Sends it in, but too far. Eze's going to run it down. Cutting outside, being chased. Feeds Mateta. Mateta's got help. Well, not anymore. He doesn't. Well, now he does. Edward's there. He had help all along. Just looked like there were a lot of Shrewsbury jerseys in the way, but I should have known better. Nice cross. Nice job by Edward, staying on sides. Although with this defender all the way down trying to guard Mateta, him getting offsides wasn't much of a danger. Nurse to Davis. Ebanks Langdell. To Ramsey. Over to Bennett. To Morris. Back to Bennett. To Ramsey. Now they're taking their time. Nifty little move there. I'm not pressing. I did take pressing off. I mean, we're only pressing sometimes. Anderson has the ball down. Bennett blocks him. Hughes back and forth. Vela ends up with it. Feeds, blocks him. Oh, and he pushes it just wide right. Honestly, I don't think it's a surprise that when Altay Bayender came back, we started winning. Pavlenka is a decent goalie. Bayender is just that much better. And I'm reasonably sure a couple of the goals that he saved. Oh, Mateta, he puts it away. That was a nice cross by Elise. I'm pretty sure a couple of the goals that Bayender saved, Pavlenka wouldn't have. Pavlenka's still a quality backup, and I don't have a problem starting him a few games, but a full-time starter, I don't know. Bjoxham to Nurse to Ebanks Landell. Nurse up to Harrison, centers it to Vela. Vela tries feeding Harrison, but he gives the ball away. Elise to Mateta. Sione to Hughes. Hughes feeds Edward. Edward back to Hughes. Hughes long pass towards Eze, but Ramsey steps in front of it, sends it to Marosi. Marosi long kick forward, and no one in a Shrewsbury uniform. Mitchell centers it to Anderson. Anderson feeds Hughes. One taps it to Elise, hits Mateta, and Mateta takes a shot that was a bit ambitious. And that is halftime with a 2-0 lead. I'm not going to say comfortably, but with a 2-0 lead, we're doing really well. 13 shots, 7 on target. That didn't really seem like it. Shrewsbury's only had 3 shots. Let's see. 1 woodwork hit, 1 clear cut chance, 5 half chances. Only a slight possession advantage. That's kind of different for us. We can get to the 60-minute mark, make a couple of changes. Well, Sessegnon knocks the ball away. Leahy picks it up for Shrewsbury, though. Gets it to Davis, to Morris, back to Davis, back and forth. Leahy, all alone on the left. Closed down quickly, though. Davis back to Leahy, crosses it in, blocks him there, and Altay, a very nice stop. About 60 minutes in. We're going to get Chiduri on for Hughes. We're going to get Pellegrini on for Mateta. We'll save our last sub, just in case. Ebanks Lendl to Vela. Bennett to Morris. Back to Ebanks-Lindell. To Ramsey. To Bennett. Ramsey to Morris. Ebanks-Lindell. They don't really seem to be going forward. Bennett to blocks him. Gives the ball away. Seone. Pellegrini. Sends it back to Zagadou. Zagadou up into space for Pellegrini. And a nice save by Morosi. You know what? We'll get Anderson off because he's a yellow card away. They said to bring on Riedewald. That's what we'll do. Morosi is the only player on Shrewsbury who's above a 6'7", and he's on a 7'5", well, 7'4", 7'5", and it's well-deserved considering the number of shots he stopped. Probably the last highlight of the game here. Eze back to Mitchell. He sends it back to Zagadou. Mitchell to Zagadou. Centers it to Chowdhury. He feeds Eze. Eze to Elise. Takes a shot. Morosi, a very nice save. Oh, ball's headed away. Riedewald runs it down, though. Crosses in again. Headed away again. Daniels is going to get there for Shrewsbury. He's racing forward. Stops. Give it back to Davis. Long pass intended for Harrison, but Zagadou sends it back to Alte. And that is the game. 7 shots, 3 on target for Shrewsbury, 26 and 16 for us. Didn't really seem like it. There wasn't a lot of highlights, to be honest with you, especially in the second half. 1 woodwork hit, 1 clear-cut chance, 8 half chances. Shrewsbury was game. I give them credit for that. They had some really good ball movement. They had some really good offensive attacks. You could tell we were just athletically better than they were. Riedewald pulled his... Ow. Groin pull. Yeah. Gonna save the game here real quick. And we'll be back in a few with our game against Southampton. Well, of course, it's an important match. Southampton's currently 6th in the league, and Dan Zagadou twisted an ankle. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. So, we are going to let the assistant coach pick first and see what he does. Mateta and Edward up top. Eze and Elise in the midfield. Seone and Hughes. I am going to go with... Hughes works, but he's not a ball-winning midfielder. He's more of a deep-line playmaker, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's a deep-line playmaker. Although he can be a ball-winning midfielder. Okay, he's a 3-star. He's a 3-star ball-winning midfielder. Bring Ferguson on for Pavlenka. I wonder, if I put Sessegnon... Okay, we're going to do a little bit of trading here. We're going to put Sessegnon in Anderson's spot. We're going to move Anderson over to where Guehi was. We're going to move Guehi to the defensive right-back position. He likes to be a ball-playing defender on cover. And Anderson likes to be a central defender. No, he likes to be a ball-playing defender on defend. Okay, that works. Mitchell at the left. So Riedewald is his backup. Milivojevic and Blanco in the center. De Schmidt's there. Do I have a backup for a right back? Yeah, I got Ferguson there. Okay. Other than Zagadou hurting his ankle, not a lot going on. I will say I did have a player out on loan whose name I'm totally blanking on right now, did something to their hip, and I recalled him because the place he was on loan at didn't have the medical facilities. And frankly, I mean, there's no reason to keep him out on loan. Seone. To Guehi. Back to Seone. Hughes. All the way over to Mitchell. Mitchell drives forward, centers it to Seone. He tries taking a shot. Oh, Hughes sent a rocket at McCarthy, more out of reflex than anything else. Deflected it high and left. Sessegnon sends the corner kick in, but Bednarik knocks it away. Edwards going to run down the loose ball, but the highlight ends. Alte taps the ball to Sessegnon. Sessegnon to Guehi. Guehi over to Elise. Elise inside, then outside. Running forward. Hole loses the ball. Tellis knocks it away, but Elise runs it down. Sends it in. Eze's there and heads it over the crossbar. Yeah, both Elise. Did I not set that? Is that something I have to do every game or do between? want you to stay a little bit wider. I have to do this. I have to do this not in a game. I have to do this. Sessegnon taps the ball back to Alte, to Sessegnon, over to Guehi. Guehi up to Elise, to Hughes. He taps it up to Edward, who sends it back to Sessegnon. Sessegnon over to Anderson. Anderson brings the ball forward, feeds Mateta. Mateta back to Mitchell. Mitchell towards Mateta. Edwards there, and he absolutely launches a laser shot into the lower right corner. That was some very nice one-touch passing to get the ball back and forth. Anderson to Mateta. Mitchell tees the ball up. Mateta heads it over towards Edward. Edward from the top of the box. Just, rifle shot. Laser, rifle shot. It was fast. I think what we may do after this, let's see what happens after this. Walker Peters to Velasco, back to Walker Peters. Gives the ball to Bednarek, back to Lianco. Hughes knocks the ball down. Edward. Oh, too many bodies in the way. Olise gets the carom, gives the ball to Hughes, up to Eze. He was offsides. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. They're playing this 5-2. They're playing 3 at the back with 2 wing backs. So what we're going to do, we're going to overlap left and overlap right. See if we can't put a little more pressure on them. Olise launches the ball. Mateta. Oh, angle was too tight. He holds it up for Eze. Eze sends it back to Mitchell. Mitchell to Seone. Seone to Hughes. Hughes to Elise. Feeds Mitchell again. Oh, McCarthy was right there. It's almost like a 3-4-1-2, but Tellis has the ball to Velasco. Knocked away. Bender picks up the ball, holds it, rolls it out to Anderson. Anderson to Mitchell. Mitchell to Eze, who cuts inside. Gets it back to Mitchell on the outside. Passes up to Eze. Eze to Elise, who scores. His first goal of the season. That's his first goal of the season? We're this many games in? That's his first. Wow. Nice little backheel touch to get the ball to Mitchell. Eze chests the ball down. And Elise was just running like a, I don't know, gazelle. He was running really fast. 70 minutes in. I'm not going to make any changes just yet. Ward-Prowse to Romo. To Alvaro. Velasco. Velasco cuts left. And Alte, a very nice shot. Punches the ball above the crossbar. Ward-Prowse, corner kick. Oh, and Bayender, a very nice stop. Where's my near post guy? Ward-Prowse, corner kick again. My near post guy keeps running away. What the heck is up with that? Alvaro feeds Ward-Prowse. Oh, he sent it in, but the, who was that? Asmon couldn't get to there to get to the ball. There was too many bodies in the way. Mitchell on the throw-in. Eze. Oh, Walker Peters steps in front of him. Launches the ball toward Asmon. Headed down. Mitchell centers it to Hughes. Out to Eze. Crosses it in. Edwards there. McCarthy, a very nice save. Walker Peters bangs it away to Asmon. Drops it off to Velasco, and the highlight ends. Guehi's not doing too well. We're going to take him off and bring on... we're going to bring on Malantini. Maybe they're playing a 5-2... Yeah, they're playing a 5-2-1-2. Now they went to a 4-2-3-1. Okay. 3 minutes of extra time. And in a solid performance, we beat Southampton 2-0. 15 shots, 8 on target. 1 woodwork hit, 1 clear-cut chance, 2 half chance. We didn't have the possession, but that's okay. Mitchell, player of the match. Nice work, everybody. That was good. Did I forget to put Maltini on individual training? 8 games in, Elise has 7 assists, and that was his first goal. That's pretty wow. Save the game here, and then we'll take a look and see where we are going to, well, where and what we are going to do next. We drew Liverpool in the Caraboa Cup 4th round, so that's a bit of a bummer. What did the board want from us in terms of competitions this year? Reach the 4th round minimum. Okay, that's what we're doing. Yeah, Liverpool. Maybe we'll get their B squad. We're currently in 3rd place, though, on 18 points. Only 6 behind Man City and 7 behind Liverpool. A boy can dream. We got Liverpool coming up in 2 games. So that's what we'll do. We'll do Liverpool-Burnley. Fun times. And then we'll come back probably for the FA Cup 3rd round match in Man City. So the January transfer window will be open then. We'll see what happens. So 2 really good wins for us, though, against a game Shrewsbury team who, they were, like I said, they were game. Athletically, we were just better than them, and it showed. But they had more than a few chances, and, 1 or 2 shots could have made the difference. And that's how it goes sometimes in football. And then a very nice game against Southampton, 2-0. Edward a goal, Olise a goal. So Edward, well, you know what? We'll go back to the guys here. So Edward currently has 8 goals, 2 assists, 1 player of the match. Eze has 3 goals, 3 assists. That's nice. Olise has 1 goal, 7 assists. Mateta's 4 goals, 3 assists. Hughes has 1 goal, 2 assists. Pellegrini 4 goals, 2 assists. So he'll start seeing more games, especially in January, when we start getting into schedules like this, where we have, oh, good gracious, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in 28 days. It's a game every 3 days. We may just have to pick up Fosu will probably be playing a lot there. So, but yeah, 2 really good wins. It gives us a 5-game winning streak. We haven't drawn yet, which is nice, but the 3 losses we've had have all been by at least 2 goals or more. That's a bit concerning. Last season, a lot of our losses were, a goal. We lost a lot of games 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 sort of thing. So I'm hoping we're not giving up our draw. I'll give it a draw for a 1-0 win, but I'm not hoping we're giving up our draws for 3-1 losses. So, got our work cut out for us next episode. Liverpool is a good squad. Burnley is bottom of the table. So, we may play a slightly rotated side against them. But it's the Premier League. Anything can happen. So, fingers crossed. Maybe a small sacrifice to the FM gods. We may actually beat Liverpool in the Carabao. You never know. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM22, and thank you very much for watching.